You ever get that feeling that it's just, well, too late? Too late to pick up that instrument or change that habit you hate, or maybe even chase a whole new dream? It's a feeling that creeps in, and honestly, most of us know it all too well. But in this explainer, we are going to take that idea and we're going to tear it apart.
I love this quote because it just cuts right to the chase. The ability to change isn't some special pass you only get when you're young. Nope. It's a fundamental part of being human. It's something that's available to you right now, in this very moment, no matter what birthday you just celebrated.
Yeah, that voice. We've all heard it, haven't we? It's that quiet, nagging whisper that pops up when you think about getting in shape or learning a language. It tells you, you're set in your ways. And let's be real, that voice can sound incredibly convincing. Okay, let's just call it what it is. That voice is telling you a lie. A really compelling one for sure, and we're about to dig into exactly why it feels so real. But at its core, it's just a story that's holding you back. And that's the whole point. Believing you're too old to change, that right there is the wall. It is the single biggest thing standing between the life you're living and the one you really want. It's not your age, it's not your job, it's not your circumstances. It is the belief itself. So why does this feeling have such a death grip on us? Where does this paralysis come from? Well, it's not random. It's actually rooted in some really deep and really interesting psychological patterns. So let's break them down. Okay, so let's look inside our own heads. First up, comfort. Your brain is, well, kind of lazy, in a good way. It's all about efficiency, so it builds these super fast neural highways for all your habits. Trying to take a new path feels slow, clunky, and kind of dangerous. Then you've got identity anchors. We build this whole story around ourselves, right? I'm the funny one, or I'm not a tech person. And trying to change that feels like you're erasing who you are. And finally, there's just plain old fear of loss. Our brains are wired to feel the pain of losing something familiar way more intensely than the potential gain of something new. And of course, those internal feelings drive the things we actually do, the behaviors that lock us in place. We just keep repeating the same things day in and day out without ever stopping to ask, wait, why am I doing this? We're just digging the rut deeper and deeper. We also worry way too much about what other people think, putting their expectations ahead of what we know is right for us. And the big one, all or nothing thinking. We think change has to be this huge dramatic moment, so we wait for the perfect time, which you know as well as I do, never, ever comes.
All right, so that's the bad news. It feels pretty solid, like a trap we can't get out of. But this is where the whole story flips, because science has something to tell us, and it is a powerful, liberating truth. This isn't just a motivational poster. This is biology.
Just let that sink in for a second. Neuroplasticity, your brain's incredible ability to rewire itself. It does not have an expiration date. It might not work with the same lightning speed it did when you were 15, but trust me, the machinery for change is still in there, and it's just waiting for you to turn it on.
So what is this magic word, neuroplasticity? It's pretty simple, actually. It's your brain's ability to form new connections. You've probably heard the phrase, neurons that fire together, wire together. Every single time you practice a new skill, even for just a minute, you are physically carving new pathways in your brain. And here's the cool part. When you make even a tiny bit of progress, your brain gives you a little reward, a hit of chemicals like dopamine and serotonin that makes you feel good and want to do it again. You are literally built to change.
And this is where we need to totally reframe how we think about getting older. Sure, maybe you trade the raw speed of learning you had as a kid for something way more powerful, your mature assets. You have a deeper perspective on life. You have a hard-earned resilience that only comes from getting knocked down and getting back up, and you have a much clearer sense of your own values, what actually matters. We're not trying to fix something that's broken. We are optimizing from a place of incredible strength.
Okay, so knowing you can change is one thing, but knowing how to start is a whole different ballgame. So let's get super practical. Here's a simple 3-step path to get the ball rolling. No massive life overhaul required, I promise.
It really boils down to just these 3 things. Step 1, a micro goal. I mean micro. Forget I'm going to run a marathon. Think I'm going to put my running shoes on and stand outside for 2 minutes. That's it. That tiny, repeatable win is what builds those new neural highways. Step 2, create a why anchor. This is your rocket fuel. It's not I want to lose weight. It's I want to have the energy to chase my grandkids around the park. Write that reason down on a sticky note and put it on your bathroom mirror. And step 3, build a support loop. Just tell one person. Seriously, the simple act of saying your goal out loud to a friend makes it real. It turns a private wish into a shared journey. So, when you strip it all away, This brings us to a choice. Right now, in this moment, there are two different paths stretching out in front of you, and the direction you choose to take has some pretty huge consequences.
If you choose that path of small, consistent change, here's what's on the other side. A real sense of renewed energy and curiosity. Deeper, more authentic relationships because you're living more authentically. Health gains that build on each other day after day. And you create an inspiring legacy that shows the people you love that growth is always possible. And the alternative, it's stagnation. And it's not some big, dramatic collapse. It's more like a silent erosion. A slow, quiet fading away of your vitality, your purpose, that eventually leads to that heavy, heavy weight of regret.
So here it is, laid out side by side. The choice. On one path, there's stagnation, a gradual decline, and regret. And on the other, there's renewed energy, stronger connections, and a legacy of possibility. The choice isn't between who you are now and some impossible version of yourself. It's a choice between erosion and evolution.
So what's the one thing to take away from all of this? It's this. That little voice inside telling you I'm too old is just a story. That's all it is. And guess what? You're the author. You have the power to pick up the pen right now and start writing a brand new chapter. Today.